You guessed it, Lo dear God aka Dale Wilson has embarrassed himself yet again. And believe me, it is bad this time, so bad in fact, that even his cult members couldn't wrap their heads around what he was saying. But essentially, Dale had posted an Instagram reel that received negative feedback, which you don't see every day because Dale's cult tends to agree with him on pretty much everything. And in response to the feedback, Dale doubled down on his take on stream and utterly failed to defend his point. As we know, Dale is the connoisseur of bad reasoning and awful at defending himself, so we know that when he embarrasses himself, it is almost physically painful to watch. But with all that being said, let's listen to Dale's incredibly wise words.
Speaking of that, like my reel today, you know how many men I pissed off that are literally stupid? I pissed off a lot of dumb motherfuckers today. A lot of stupid people. A lot of them. All right, so guys, let's do a little something real quick. I want to test the IQ of my chat.
And if they agree with you, we can conclude that their IQ is dangerously low.
I'm going to play my reel. You know, I posted a reel today. Did like, what did I do? 100K in like a couple hours. All right, now I did a reel. I'm gonna play the reel. A lot of people are stupid. I want you to tell me, like, what did you get out of the reel?
Sure, let's have a listen.
You got two options. I'll tell you got two options in life. You could be a boss bitch, or you could just be a pretty bitch that chases athletes hoping to get pregnant by 'em. You choose. The choice is yours. We talking about my future daughter, not bitches y'all are fucking with. If my daughter brought home a collegiate athlete, I would make sure I'll tell her, I'll be like, whatever you do, get pregnant by this nigga. This is your meal ticket. Don't you realize if you get pregnant by this nigga, you can lock this nigga down for 18 to 21 years? Do it. But dad, like, I don't want to. Then why the fuck are you dating this nigga? The whole point is to get a bag. The fuck? Why are you with this nigga? To cook for him? Get pregnant. Lock this nigga down for 18 to 21. Allow the nigga to slip up. What did I teach you? How to serpent and poison ivy niggas? Get it going. The fuck you think I want to teach her how to bake niggas lasagna? Lock these niggas down. Manipulate these men. Get this bag. Really, when you think about it, guys, what other options does your daughter got? Think about that shit for a second. She's either gonna be a boss bitch or not. So if you're not gonna be a boss bitch, I'm gonna teach you how to be the different type of bitch. The finesse is niggas. It can go two ways. You're either gonna be a lawyer, got your own firm, one of those law bitches, or if you end up one of these basketball playing girlfriend, do the only thing you know how to do and chase the bag. Boom. All right, guys, what did you get out of the reel?
What did I get from it? A very stupid take said by an almost 40-year-old man. Seriously, what the hell was this? You give a woman two options, to be a quote-unquote boss bitch, or to get pregnant by someone very rich to take their money. Firstly, why are those the only two options? And I like how he compares them as though they're both equally as easy, and easily achievable. Because opening your own law firm takes a lot of work. And on the other hand, you're attractive and got impregnated after having sex with a guy with money. It's almost as if Dale could care less about the true qualities of his daughter's character, but more about her chances of getting a few bucks. And even then he barely considers that because he's deluded himself into thinking those are the only options his daughter would have, and that their daughter's intentions with said man aren't sincere or carry any emotional investment. Which is also unsurprising given his view on people having daughters to begin with. And why does he emphasize a daughter potentially cooking or baking? As though being able to cook and either being a boss or a mother to an athlete's kid are mutually exclusive and should be. All around this was just a very stupid thing to say. Dale really had balls of steel uploading this because there's no way in hell I would have this much confidence saying something this abhorrently dumb.
I want to know what your brain's calculated. People are so fucking stupid. Look, check this out. People are so fucking stupid that they listened to my reel and didn't understand that I said, you have two options. Either you go A or B. You have two options, be a boss bitch or, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People literally watched the reel and completely ignored the whole fucking first part of the goddamn reel.
It's not that they ignored the part, it's just that part is just a stupid thing to say. That's the point. They aren't skipping over the part of those two choices, but more so that they know that leaving just those two options and even encouraging the second option is an ignorant thing to say.
Like the first option was, I said you could be a boss bitch or, and then I elaborated on if you're not going to be a boss bitch, XYZ, ABC 1, 2, 3. You see how dumb people are? I'm telling you, the average human being is literally a dumb NPC.
Great to know where you stand on that scale, Dale.
I'm like, I did a reel, right? And I said, it literally says your daughter only has two options. You know, to engage motherfuckers. I'm talking about they completely ignored the fact that I said she can be a boss bitch and just got pissed off at everything else I said.
No, they didn't. And even if they did, it doesn't make what you said correct or coherent, because, even when including that first option, your take is still ignorant.
And it's funny because every time I drop these reels, I piss people off. Because most people are surface level thinkers.
Oh, the irony. Giving your daughter those two options and implying being able to cook and being a CEO are mutually exclusive is indicative of a surface level worldview, Hell, your entire view on daughters is surface level.
See, most people are so quick to fucking react, they don't even really analyze the situation, analyze what the fuck they're reading, analyze what the fuck they're listening to. They just like keep going and like, come on, bro. Anything, I don't ever drop surface level content. Everything that I say has a couple layers to it.
Your take on pretty much everything is surface level, including daughters, evolution, theology, slavery. I could go on. You almost never know what you're talking about, and this take shows it.
Or multiple layers to it. But if you're dumb, you're gonna watch my shit and you're gonna think surface level. But look, let these lame ass niggas that are in my comments possibly have daughters, and let them have daughters that grow up making niggas cupcakes, lasagnas, and fucking asking like, honey, did you want anything from the store? Why don't you go ahead and raise submissive ass bitches for the future to serve some random ass nigga? Go right ahead. And if that's what makes you proud as a future father, unfortunately, if you do have a daughter, and I say unfortunate because I would wish that upon no man, but if that's what you want for your daughter, for her to grow up cooking for a nigga, then okay, well then shit, go raise a chick that's gonna bake cookies and all that type of shit. You know what else I think is weird as fuck?
Holy yap fest, that was a lot of bullshit. First off, what exactly is the problem with them taking on that role? Chances are it's consensual and completely agreed upon by them. And even then, as I said before, cooking for your man and looking out for him and being successful are not mutually exclusive. Also, would your daughter getting impregnated by a rich man make you proud? Not even what she does for him or what he does for her, but the simple fact that she had sexual intercourse with him and then got some money out of it. That's what makes you proud. Incredible. And he says it's unfortunate to have a daughter and that he wouldn't wish that upon any man, which implies it must be really bad. I get that as men you'd want to have a son because it's much easier to relate to one. But for some reason Dale would rather die than have a daughter, and if he did have one he would start planting her around college campuses. Yeah, I too hope you don't have a daughter, Dale, or any kids for that matter. And I mean that too, for Dale's own good and for the benefit of society. He should just not procreate.
You know what I think is the weirdest shit? Fathers that allow their daughters to cook for them.
Huh? What? Why?
There's something about that that's weird to me. Like, you ever had a chick say, yeah, I made dinner for my dad and like my family? I was like, it's been times I was like, why the fuck did you cook for your fucking father? She's like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, like, if I was a man, I'm not eating my goddamn daughter's food. That shit weird. Like, the fuck? Like, I didn't, like, I don't need you cooking me dinner like you're my bitch or something. Like, that shit is odd for me, bro. Don't cook a motherfucking thing for me.
Really? So enlighten us. Why are you assuming you're the only one present? So in response to the question that he asked himself, he says he thinks it's weird and compares it to when a bitch is doing it. This is embarrassing. Dale failed to answer his own question. It doesn't matter if you think it's weird. The question is, can you justify that belief? And you completely fail to do so by repeating how you feel again. Probably because it isn't weird, and if you think it's weird then you're the problem. There's nothing wrong with your daughter knowing how to cook and providing for the family as her family provides for her, except for her moronic father that runs an internet cult, yells at his monitor and didn't do shit with his 2 degrees.
That shit is just, it's so weird. I don't know, it's just, I'm just not built for a nigga that, to even like, I don't even, you know, I'm not built for having no motherfucking goddamn daughter, because everything is just weird to me when it comes to having a goddamn girl, like.
Or, with having a girlfriend or wife. I swear if Dale came out as gay or bi and finally felt comfortable with being open about his true sexuality, he would not be nearly as miserable as he is. Because he doesn't truly value women outside of sex, and clearly sex would be the only thing on his mind as he's trying to repress his sexuality from the public. I'm telling you, Dale being a closeted homosexual explains pretty much everything relating to why he's so upset all the time.
Every fucking thing is just weird to me. Like, nothing about it, the way my life's set up, the way my mind is set up, nothing about it correlates with me having a goddamn girl. You want your daughter to be a great cook? You're already a fail.
Okay, so why is that? How does wanting your daughter to know how to cook make you a failed parent? If that makes you a bad parent, I want to hear the logic.
You want your daughter to grow up baking cookies, cakes, pies, and all that shit so you could have sweet desserts? So that's what you want to do. You want to create life so she could bake your dumb ass cookies and bake you chicken and casseroles and shit?
Okay, what is he talking about? That's almost never the reason why parents want their kids to know how to cook. As from what I know and have seen, it's primarily about being self-dependent and being able to take care of yourself. Not because parents want sweets. If they really want sweets, they would make those themselves. Even his cult members are confused with what he's saying. Dale, it's looking very bad for you.
Bro, some of you niggas, man, like, I really don't understand your mind frame of thinking. You said what's wrong with people's daughters being housewives? Bro, that shit is lame. You want your future daughter to be it now. I don't, like I said, I don't want anybody in here to have one, but I'm just saying if you do, you want your future daughter to grow up being a nigga's housewife?
Not necessarily, but but even if they are, there is nothing wrong with it. He views it as if a housewife is only taking on responsibilities around the house and nothing else. But somehow the people disagreeing with him are the surface level thinkers.
So you want your wife to be a slave to a man in the future?
I'm sorry, where is the correlation? How are they enslaved when they're doing so by choice and consensually, which it is 99% of the time? And as if the wife has no access to money or transportation, housewives get to spend their time more comfortably than their married counterparts that are working. This is very surface level of you to say.
That's crazy to me, bro. I can't process that information. I really cannot process that information. You said if the guy's good. Oh my God.
LTG, I agree with you, but there's also one thing you left out. Some people religions say to be this way, so if that's why they do it, it's not much we can say right.
That's why you don't wrap your family around religion.
That's how it works, Dale. Religions including Christianity and Islam emphasize similar structures. If they're devout believers of that religion, of course they will abide by that. Maybe you shouldn't wrap your life around your absurd belief of galactic polytheism, which you can't justify as you cite scripture that contradicts your beliefs.
I'm not a feminist at all. I just don't agree with a girl growing up to serve a nigga. I think that's degrading.
Once again, why?
I think that's a useless seed.
How so? A lot of successful men in marriages admit that their wife played a big part in being able to get where they're at.
I think that, I'm just saying, unfortunately, there's a huge percentage of every man in this chat being able to have a daughter. So,
my God, I bet Dale prays 8 times a day to one of his multiple gods that he never has a daughter. Dale would be such a weak parent, I can tell.
You want her to grow up baking niggas cookies, baking lasagnas, filleting fishes, and serving a nigga in the future. That's what you guys are telling me.
Sure, why not? Because I know that wouldn't be the only thing she would be doing, just as everybody does except you. And you say serving a man as though she's getting nothing in return, which is ridiculous.
I'm in fucking disbelief. That's crazy. I can't believe there's men that think like this.
Like what? Normally and rationally?
You wanna waste years of your life raising a girl so she could grow up and serve a nigga. That is literally astounding to me in the worst ways possible.
No, they are not saying that. The ability to know how to cook does not mean she is subservient to a man. And being able to cook and gaining significant income from your own hard work are not mutually exclusive concepts. I haven't seen worse misrepresentations since my last video. You're the one who wants to raise a girl so you can plant her around college campuses in the event that she finds someone she has genuine feelings for. And I'm using the term raise loosely because we know that Dale has no concept of how to properly raise kids.
The difference between a housewife and a baller's wife is she's getting something out of it. At least you're married to a rich nigga.
How is a housewife getting nothing out of it? She too would have access to money and other privileges, just not on the same skills as a wife to a baller.
Imagine your daughter's just married to some random ass nigga that fucking works in aerospace making 60 bands a year, 70 bands a year. And that was her whole life. You raised her from ground up to be just a cookie baking bitch.
Dale, I don't know if you know this, but that's literally the average couple. So pointing out what happens on average literally doesn't mean anything. Obviously I would encourage them to strive for more, but shut up. And the average salary of aerospace engineers is anywhere from $90,000 to $130,000 a year in the US. So where is he getting these numbers from?
That's crazy, bro. A lot of people have the standards for their future offspring set very low. I don't want a submissive wife. I don't want any woman that I can control.
Oh really?
Like, even when it came down to like I would wear something cute. Well, I would wear something like an outfit that was cute or something. And we'd be going somewhere. And he'd be like, I'm not going with you if you're wearing that.
Yeah, I try to make her change.
I'd be like, why? And he'd just be like, because, you know, it's provocative or it's this or it's that. I'm just like, dude, like, let me live. You're not my father.
He's just saying this shit for women's approval so he can fulfill his dream of having a wife he finds attractive. It's clear.
I want a chick that doesn't mind speaking the fuck up. I don't want a chick that I could just move around like a chess piece. That shit is lame as fuck. You guys want a bitch that you can control?
That's a loaded question. How does being a housewife mean that you're being constantly controlled? Again, these arrangements are consensual. Where is this control you're talking about?
That means that she's scared of me. That means that she'll never actually be herself. If I can control her, that means she'll never be herself.
What does this have to do with being a housewife or being able to cook, and how is it applicable to it?
The thing is, I like people to have free will, so...
You absolutely do not like when people have free will. You ban or block anyone who speaks their mind in a manner in which they're disagreeing with you, and you flag videos you don't like. You literally were upset when your ex-cult member operated off of free will and disagreed with you to the point where you had to ban him. You're looking real stupid, Dale.
If I give you free will and you stay loyal while being yourself, that's better than me feeling like I'm controlling a bitch.
Clearly not if you censor anyone being themselves.
I don't need no chick to submit to me. Now, if you feel like you want to or some shit like that, I'm gonna keep reminding you, baby, you do realize that you are your own woman. Don't ever feel like I'm commanding you, or don't feel like you gotta ask me for this, that. You're a grown woman. Like, you don't have to serve me like I'm some fucking king. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. Like, you don't gotta be, I want you to be yourself. Just be yourself and be loyal. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful to yourself. And then if you happen to be respectful to me, cool, but I don't need a bitch to serve me. I don't even like chicks cooking for me or cleaning my shit, cleaning my place. It's just making me feel like I just got a servant of a chick.
Again, that is completely your fault and your problem that you think that.
The only time, even that, look, let's just 69. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'll accept top, but how about every once in a while we switch it up and we 69? So at least if I'm getting top, you're getting eaten at the same time. How about you reverse plop that ass? Look, we could both do this shit at the same time. What does that have to do with a housewife? Everything, bro. We're talking about submissive women.
It has absolutely nothing to do with housewives because it's not realistic in that scenario. Cooking for someone does not make someone subservient.
I don't need a chick that's submissive to me. I want you to be yourself, and that's it.
How is someone cooking for someone mean you're not being yourself? Break that logic down for me.
I don't want a chick I can control. And when I mean control, like, I don't want to be like, bitch, didn't I say? Hold on, you said you going where? The fuck? Hold on, you said you wanted a bar at your homegirl? Bitch, I say you gonna go? But being... Wait, hold on. You talking back out? But bring your ass home right now.
Okay, so then you agree that's not what housewives go through, because that's quite obviously not the average couple nor what tends to happen to them because they're not being controlled.
That's the type of chick you want. Somebody that's scared of you, that's timid. You guys ever peep like public relationships? I could tell some of these women are miserable. The dude will be so fake alpha, and when I say fake alpha, like, you could just, like, this nigga got a gut, titties, all that type of shit, but you could just tell, like, his bitch has no right to say anything. Like, I always say, if I'm with a chick, don't walk behind me, baby. Walk on the side of me. We are an item. You don't need to walk behind me like you're some pet monkey or dog. Like, walk beside me. You earned this motherfucking right. I don't want to, like, I hate it when I see couples and the bitch is following the guy. I feel so sorry for women like that.
Okay, so firstly, how do you know that the girl is a housewife? Secondly, why are you still using the alpha beta terminology in 2024? And if you want to go there, then you are the fakest alpha there is.
I really do. Because I know those type of chicks are miserable. You don't need to fucking walk behind me. Walk on the side of me. I'm giving you that right. This ain't no fucking 1950s and shit like that and before.
So what's the point he's trying to make? Do housewives always walk behind their husbands when they're hanging out?
I agree with you. You want a chick that you give free will and gas up, but will stay loyal to you and build with you while knowing that fact.
Absolutely. You don't want a chick who's 100%, who's like scared of you or some shit.
Correct. And thankfully we know that knowing how to cook as a woman does not mean that you will be bound to chains by your husband.
Imagine like, it doesn't disgust you the fact that, guys, if you happen to have a daughter, right? It don't disgust you that one day, like, it'll be with her on the phone, like, with her dude or whoever the fuck this lame ass nigga is. And she's like, babe, what are you in for dinner? She, I don't know, just make something. Or, honey, just make something. I'm fucking hungry. Cook. Why are you asking me what I want to eat? We've been together for 5 fucking years.
It sure as hell wouldn't make me miserable because chances are the husband would not respond like that if it's a functioning relationship. No one would teach their daughter to accept shitty behavior. True fathers provide guidance to their offspring, which Dale is far from capable of.
Cook? So, that means I raise a chick so that she could grow up and be some nigga's bitch?
That's literally one of the 2 options you gave your own daughter, to be someone's bitch and then to fuck them.
I'm trying to figure out why the fuck you typing loud in my stream and you typing at me like you arguing with me. Like, and you only have a 5 gifted symbol next to your name. Hey, mods, I think this nigga forgot who the fuck stream he in, bro. If you don't like my views, nigga, get the fuck out my fucking stream. The fuck? Nigga, don't try to argue with me like, nigga, you're not debating me, nigga. You're a chatter. You don't sit over and fucking sit over and type caps and shit like that like you gonna change my fucking mind.
Firstly, the cult member, or rather ex-cult member who said this is 100% correct. You aren't the only one raising her. In fact, you probably won't raise her at all because of your vehement disgust for them. Secondly, there he goes again being upset by someone's free will. I like how he constantly referred to people that disagreed with him as stupid, but yet when someone actually does respond to it to explain why they're not stupid, you immediately run away. The same way he ran away from Will and Volt multiple times. You were insulting the intelligence of people that disagreed with you. But when someone is actually trying to combat your points, you start scrambling. Dale, it sounds like you're the one that's an idiot.
Nigga, like I said, you raise chicks that are just gonna grow up to be backshotted, and I won't. I'll grow up and I'll raise chicks. If I have no choice, I'll raise chicks that make niggas earn the backshots. And then I might raise chicks that peg niggas in the first place.
No, you won't, Dale. You'll raise worthless people. Wow, what a beautiful way to close this monstrosity. This is certainly one of Dale's most embarrassing moments to date. I can't believe he didn't feel like a complete idiot after saying all that. What a completely surface level and logically fallacious argument. That's all I really had to say about this. If I missed anything, let me know. I hope you learned a thing or two about Dale. And if Dale is watching this, if I was wrong about anything I talked about, I challenge you to demonstrate it.
If you don't like my views, nigga, get the fuck out my fucking stream. The fuck? Nigga, don't try to argue with me like, nigga, you're not debating me, nigga. You're a chatter. Don't sit over and fucking sit over and type caps and shit like that like you gonna change my fucking mind.
Or don't. We know you won't. And remember that Elena was 17, and Dale was 29.